All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Kenny Black, aka Mr. Funny Money, and I'm in here with.
Your favorite father of all time is Codeine here.
Wow,
Right now, we
wow,
missing
wow.
somebody. Yeah, I'm favorite father of
Starting
all
off with lies. It's too early for this.
One of our members ain't here today. He on vacation.
Yeah, he be working, so
He be working, so he couldn't make it. And he be in the club doing his DJ thing. So
it's a
he's
fact,
probably lit.
lady. Like balancing that entertainment life and that father life it'd be a lot.
Yo.
So I felt him, but it's all good. We're gonna hold it down today.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah. I'm out here playing with these filters. I don't know why. I didn't think these glasses would fit me, but I kind of like them.
Nah, they fit. It just when you wiped your face, they had tilted and shit.
I feel like I look like Ty Dolla $ign.
Facts.
Maybe I'm
Nah,
just.
you look like Tiger. You look like a little worm and shit. Like the tiger with the soft chin.
I get. So what's going on with you, man?
Shit, chilling, waiting for school to finish so I can send these kids away for the summer.
Bruh. I just need the school year to end so I can start having to go to work.
Lucky motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah, man.
I would be working in the heat, having to wear long sleeve dress shirts a day. Like, goddamn.
Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear
Mhm.
that.
Let me not badmouth my job before I don't have a job no more.
Right? Don't do that. Also, before we get into the topic, just let anybody know by the time this comes out, my comedy album, These Ain't Dad Jokes, out. Go listen to it, all streaming platforms, on YouTube, Kenny Black, and check it out.
Yeah, go give that a listen. Go give it a like, a thumbs up. Go
All
subscribe
that.
to his channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Give us a like and a thumbs up and all the other shit that all the other YouTubers be telling you to do. Do it for us. We need the same love.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. So first topic, right, is how did becoming a dad change you? Us. They
It
always say it, but it's like, how? What do you mean?
it changed me drastically. Like it was like a coming to life moment, and you was just
Wow.
like, damn, I'm no longer just a man. I'm also a father. I'm a responsible for another whole human being.
Bruh.
And it just makes you look at life like, damn it, I can't be trying to kill myself every weekend like I used to.
I hope you mean from excessive drinking.
Yeah, facts.
Still not good, but like at least I understand that's a
From
joke.
partying, being in bad areas where you know you shouldn't be.
Yo, nah, talk about it. Like that part, like thinking about like just the recklessness you used to just
Mm-hmm.
do and just places you like, something could jump off here, but I'm all right. You
Yeah.
know, it's real. Just like you look back, like, what was I thinking? Like, what was I doing? Like, why was I there? Like, go
Like,
home.
oh, there's a party in the ops hood. We could go there. And then you have a kid, you be like, I can go there and I can die. You
I
like,
could
I
also
can't do
not
that
go
no
there.
more.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. It also for me, it was a shift in definitely mentality, as you said, like what I guess what's important, what means more, like what I can do, what I can't do. You become, at least I became very hyper aware of, I guess, where I was at in life and what I was doing. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, like now I gotta be really conscious of like how what I do now affects later.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always somewhat been part of that because when you go to school, you're like, you do these, pass these classes, get these good grades, and you graduate.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, nah, I have to really figure some
Hone
things
in, you
out.
have to focus.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that you're setting a proper example.
Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Before
And
you
it's a
could do
different.
whatever the hell you wanted to do. And then you got kids, you like, I still can do whatever, but
Mhm.
should I be?
Yeah, and like I have to be a role model as just as a teacher, but it's different when you have to also be that at home.
Yeah.
And I have younger siblings, so I understand the level of like, all right, don't curse in the house and don't bring certain things around. But
Mm-hmm.
even then, it's your siblings. So after a while, you're like, if you see it, if you do it, whatever. I'm not your parent. But
You
to
know how like we code switch when we're kids, like we be code
Mhm.
switching, we talk certain ways around our friends and we talk certain way in school and then we talk a different way
Yep,
around our parents. Like
yep.
it's like a whole new code switch that we have to do, and it's like a lifestyle code switch. Like we could still
Hmm.
be me and my wife, we still want to go out and have a nice meal. Like we just came back from vacation and we ain't bring the kids because we wanted to be adults, and then we had to come back and switch up and be parents adults now. So it's
Yeah,
just like a different level of code switching that we had to learn.
that's for real. And it's oh man, it's weird. And also when you like, you have to like teach discipline. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of like repetition and routine and making sure they do. And it's like even times when you're like, I don't feel like I don't feel like doing stuff for me. I definitely don't feel like doing stuff for you. But it's like important stuff. It's like now my daughter's finally potty trained, but like, she still can't wipe herself completely
Yeah.
right. So somebody gotta go to the
Mom, can you come wipe my bum?
you know what I mean? Or like brushing her teeth. She's just 4, so still doesn't. So I have to make sure that happens and make sure she gets up. And it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, like that is my job now.
It's a lot of micromanaging.
Yeah. And you really just want to leave her like, oh, just go. But it's like, no, you're probably gonna hurt yourself or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Unless
It's
you give them the tablet and then they're good on the tablet for a couple days.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It also made me think about like, I think about how we talk about all the time, how I was raised, and like it makes you
Mm-hmm.
want to think of like, okay, what do I want to do? What was my example? Me being more conscious of myself, like what am I doing and how I'm doing might affect my kid, and
Mm-hmm.
like little habits, like ways that like little things of like keeping lights on in the house. You
Yeah.
grow up in a West Indian household, it's turn the lights off or
Yep.
don't run this or don't do that, and so many things that you now I'm like, why? You know, what I mean, like I understand it, but at the same time, like I can afford it. I have one kid. You know what I mean? It's just like it's not really making the bill fluctuate that much. So like just a little more lenient on stuff
Mm-hmm.
than before, and then it makes you kind of like giving her the leeway also allows me to give leeway to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how you get used to like looking for things in the dark because you don't want to turn the light on. And then you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, light. I could have saved so much time on the light, get what I got to get and go out. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, let me buy this thing that's just for my convenience versus
Mm-hmm.
struggling through it or I have to work hard to get this. Like, this could have been done so much faster.
Yep. They give you that level of common sense that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
like, yo, why are you doing this the hard way? Like, there's a simpler way to go about these things, and you just gonna take the hard way? Like, god damn.
yeah, yeah.
That shit, my kids, when they be doing stuff, I'll just be looking at them like, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. If you had a brain, if you had a thought in your head, you might be able to accomplish some shit. But you over here just looking non-commonsensical, embarrassing me. Shit.
Yeah,
My son be
yeah.
trying to tie his shoes, and he still can't tie his shoes properly yet. And I just be like, bro, what are you doing? He takes like the lace tip and he'll put it inside one of the other holes so it holds it like it's a bunny ear, but it's not a real bunny ear. And then he'll try to do. I'm like, yo, you're doing a lot of smart stuff the wrong way. I was like, all the time you spend on YouTube, you can't Google how to tie my shoe, easy way to tie my shoe.
Oh man, that's funny. My daughter's kind of the other way where she tried to do things independently on her own, but like she doesn't have the like dexterity or the coordination, right? So it can just be
Mm-hmm.
like she wanna bathe herself with a rag, and then she'll just lay the rag there and just
Move
like
her body and not move the rag.
yeah, not quite doing it right. Or like when they wash their hands, just like
Yeah, I'm like, nah, you gotta
business.
wash them motherfuckers.
They don't never want to wash their hands right.
They don't never want to do shit by themselves. My wife says I be doing shit like that, and she calls it weaponized incompetence.
Oh yeah, that's the new thing. That's the.
I'm like, nah, I just don't know how to do this shit. Like my
It's
wife know how
no
to do it. She know how to do everything perfectly. So when I can't do it perfectly, she get upset because it's not done perfectly. And I'm like, I'm not you, Michael Jordan. Shit. I'm LeBron
right. Like
James, you Michael Jordan. It takes me a while, and you just get it right away. Let me be.
my way might be different. It don't mean it's wrong. It's
Yeah.
just different.
Shit. I be feeling like one of the kids and shit. I'm like, damn, she did know the smarter way to do this. Maybe I am stupid. I'm not worthy.
Till you get the one time that you do something right or better
Mhm.
than them, then it's they expect you to like be glowing. I'm not glowing. It's okay. We all make mistakes. See, like you, I'm gonna let you make your mistake so you can let me make mine. Like we don't have to scold each other. That's not
Speaking about making mistakes, that's a good transition into our next topic with Lori Harvey and MBJ and who made the mistake there.
First of all, people are way too invested in that relationship
Hell
situation.
yeah. You know why?
Like,
It's because all the women want to date this man. All the women of the world, 99%. And if they don't like him, they probably gay. They want to date him. So when it fails, they be like, yeah, it wasn't him. It wasn't
but
him. He was perfect.
it's also dudes that want to be him.
Yep.
There's a lot of dudes that's like, I'm like, when I found out she was 25 and he was 35, I'm like, oh, I mean that.
Yeah. After I heard that, I was like, it make perfect sense that she don't want to be married right now. Like
Yeah,
maybe she might have one, but she don't. So
right. And he just in a different place in his life.
exactly.
He should. I mean, I want to say he should have known better because who knows what actually happened there.
Yeah. Who knows what
But
she was saying behind closed doors?
like, that's another thing too. Like people think because people are celebrities that like they have some like better thing figured out, and it's like no, they just entertain
Yeah.
really well. They're still human beings going through human being things.
They got regular
So,
love like all of us.
right. So he may have thought it was all good until he found out it wasn't. We've all been there. Thought the one we was with for a minute was gonna be the one we gonna be with, and you find out, oh,
Yeah.
and sometimes the breakup wasn't your choice, but then
Yeah.
like time go by and you're like, you know what? It's a good thing.
But a lot of people are like picking sides with who's wrong and who's right. And my whole thing is they did it the way it's supposed to be done. He tried to treat her like she was a potential wife, and
Mhm.
she treated him like she was in a committed relationship at the time. And then when he said, I want to take things further, she said, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. And they broke up.
That's it. Like if they wasn't celebrities, nobody wouldn't be saying anything. Like this
Yeah,
happens all the
nobody
time.
would care. This happens every single day. And most of the time, it don't even be like a smooth thing like that. Like, I'm trying to go further. I'm not. Okay, we're breaking up. It's usually some crazy shit, some drama.
Right? And remember what happened to when celebrity relationships didn't last? Like remember we grow up, like most
Yeah.
of the time you hear celebrities get together and you're like, yeah, after a year, probably not. Like this is what happens.
Every
Like,
Grammys, J-Lo was showing up with the new man.
and she
And
back with an old man.
she
Like,
still is. Yeah, she recycling the old ones now. She went forward, now she's going back. She went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 1.
that's it. You know they say she trying to keep the one hand. They say you
Yeah,
gotta. That's what they told the girls back in the day. They told them sleep with guys only one hand. So she like,
yeah.
if I recycle, it ain't a new
J-Lo,
body.
she went like this, and then she turned it over. She did like that.
You gotta counting them like Smokey from Friday.
Like Smokey said 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. Nigga said, that's $40, Smoke. That shit is hilarious.
Oh man, it's stupid. But all right, so the question I wanted to ask, I know this happens a lot for women. I was wondering if guys do this. So oftentimes they say women pick guys based on potential, like
Mhm.
could be, right? And even some guys advocate for that, ride or die or whatever. Do you feel like guys do that? Like, or did you do that? Pick your partner based on potential.
Um, my last partner, which is my wife, yeah, I picked her based on potential. And clearly that was the right choice because the other one.
When she's standing in the room.
I didn't know she was standing in the room at the time, but nah. But to be honest, it was like the people I dated before her were just like either convenient or it was a fun time at the time when it was the time. But when I was dating my wife, she made me see things in a different perspective. And I was like, this is something different. And I saw the potential of her being a great mom and a great wife. She was already a great mom at the time. So it was just like, all I need to do is put a ring on that finger, complete the circle. But it was a with her, it was a thing of like picking the potential or seeing the potential, and that helped me want to make her my wife.
Felt that. I feel like I never really, I don't think I ever really wouldn't say looked at like for potential. I looked at who I thought the girl was right now, and I like to say I have an innate way of like seeing a person like who they are. Like there's the person that you try to show everyone you are, and then there's like who you like are. And I feel like I'm a good judge of character. So I guess it's somewhat potential, but it's like if that person chooses to be that, like you meet someone that's kind of like rough or like aggressive, but you realize like, oh, you're not actually a bitch. You're just circumstance made you
That's
this
just your exterior.
Right. When you get them by themselves and you start to really get to know them, that so I always looked at that and for what I need, like who I was at the time and what I needed at the time. Like, your high school girlfriend is like what you into and what you needed to, what you're lacking at that time.
Yeah.
But with my current fiance, one, it helped that I actually knew her like almost 20 years now, like 17 something years. But we actually didn't get together till like 6 years ago. And with her was like, again, where I'm at the time, I was like older and realized like, okay, what are the things that I like now that I know what I've been through and what I am not tolerating and what I feel like I do need, what is it that I, she provide that. And I knew her like the person that I'm gonna grow into, I felt like she could help. And I'm interested to see the person that she grows into. And I think it could work together. I don't know if it's potential per se, but the mom thing was also key. Like I knew she had a lot of like just experience with children. Yeah, a lot of motherly instinct and like just knowledge of like early childhood stuff, like actually from like schooling. So I knew that would help me because I feel like I understand older kids, but like the babies and stuff, not babies, like toddlers, like right after baby and even baby stuff.
I hate all children who can't like go in the fridge and make their own food. I dislike all those kids. I love my kids, but I just wish they could just go in the fridge and get their own food sometimes. I don't want to feed you.
No, yeah. Figuring out the food is my daughter's now at the point where she can go in the fridge and get her own stuff, like juice and drink. Like she can see that, but like
she can
she's
go grab an applesauce.
Right, but to like make it,
the
hardest part isn't the making, it's like figuring it out. Like what are you gonna eat today? Chef Boyardee, mac and cheese, and whatever your mother decides to cook. Yeah, that'd be the hardest stuff. But it's funny though, because I feel like for the most part, back to the previous conversation, that guys pretty much pick the woman for what they see now. Like it literally like what they're looking at, what the kind of conversation is going, okay, right then and there. And I feel like I don't know if you agree with this. I feel like there's a level of like, not that like the woman you got is like, women are somewhat self-sufficient almost. So like the woman you got is like almost a complete package, more so than guys will come in a little more incomplete. And not that women can't grow, but I feel like they're more, at least it feels that way. What do you think?
I feel like women have gained independence, and that independence leads them to a place where when they say they don't need a man, it's like an actual fact. They don't need you. They don't need you to help them put stuff together. They don't need you to open a jar. They don't need you to change their oil no more. So they feel very self-sufficient, and that's a little intimidating to men. And men, we can be complete, but depending on your situation, Most men aren't complete, and women come as a fuller package than a man does.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I think also too, because now the big push of like mental health and therapy and things that like women have always been, whether choice or not, more aware of the like emotional stuff. And so like I think that's more so what's needed. Cause like you said, if I can pay for myself, if I can open my own job, I can drive myself, then I don't need that the typical thing that men are supposed to provide.
Yeah.
So then it's like, well, then if it's intimidating, because like, well, what's left? It's the emotional support. And if you're not able or willing to provide that, then you really aren't providing anything.
Yeah, now that women have a more equal playing field, it's not equal all the way around, but a more equal playing field, and whatever they bring to the table, like our last conversation, whatever they bring to the table, you bring to the table as well. It's more about how much of a companion somebody sees in another person. Yeah, you bring all this stuff, I have my own stuff, but how well do we fit together as friends, as lovers? How does our intimacy feel? How does the vibe between us feel? And I feel like because that things are more level, it's really emotion based, companionship based, and how well you guys can fit into each other's lives without disrupting them.
Definitely. And I want to try to give some specifics to that, like what you were saying, like companionship and partnership, because I feel like a lot of people don't often know what that means, looks like, sounds like, and so people want to provide it, like knowing how to deal with someone who's experienced a loss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if your partner has lost a family member, like how are they when they're grieving, and then how do you support that? Because sometimes people lose someone, and if you didn't, it's not attachment to you. You don't know how to be there for that person, right?
Yeah.
Or if they
You give
lost
them
it,
a pat on the back that doesn't really mean anything.
right? Or you buy them something, right? Or like this person loses a job, and then how are they? Because for men, losing a job might hit harder than for women, because if you're thinking I'm supposed to be the provider and now I can't provide, now my woman has to work a little more, it could mess with it could mess with the male ego a bit, and then turn them into somebody they don't want to be, because they did not address that. It's funny because I think it's the hard parts, those tough moments that make the companion more so than the happy times, because anybody could be around somebody when it's all good.
Yeah, when
Like
shit is
how do you,
hard, that's where the connections are made that
mhm,
last. When shit is hard for me, how are you helping me out? And when shit is hard for you, how am I helping you out? Are you
yeah.
teaching me to help you when you're down? And am I
Mhm.
teaching you to help me when I'm down?
That is key. And that's the part where it's a relationship. People don't realize how knowing yourself is important, because like you said, teaching. Like I may know what to do when I may think I know what to do when someone is sad, but what I know to do may not work for you.
Yeah, it may not be what they need at that time, and you need to be able to communicate what you need, and that person needs to be able to listen and give you what you need, and you need to be able to listen to that person and reciprocate.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. And so I would say, I guess if there is potential, is like, does the person have the potential to and willingness to learn? Because like you said, I can tell you all day what I need, but if you ain't gonna do it, then it's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's where that's where I feel like the potential is now, because everybody talks about the table, what you bring into the table. Everything is on equal planes. How do you make me feel? How do I feel around you? Do I want to be around you? Am I
Mm-hmm.
comfortable around your friends or your family or the stuff you like to
Mm,
do? It's a whole different thing when it comes to the emotions and the companionship.
that's a fact. I think we can end this on that. The part where you talked about the family, because
Mm-hmm.
especially you start getting to the point of like marriage and older, like
Yep.
that's important, because if your family is just operating in a toxic way, and even if you are the one difference, you're bringing someone else into that may
Yeah.
not know how to, may not have come from that world. And if you're talking about having children, so now you're raising children in that, or are you not? Like, you have to be aware of that. So that's important. Knowing yourself, but knowing your family, because
Yep.
you know yourself until you understand where you come from.
All right, so that's a good segue into the top five. This
Yes, it is.
this week's top five is what, Ken?
Top 5 worst TV dads.
Worst dads we ever seen on TV. We doing
Why
black dads?
I didn't do black. Honestly, I looked up and I didn't see too many black. And honestly, I'm not into talking about bad, negative black dads. And there's a lot of white
Yeah.
dads, white TV dads that are just horrible. By the time this comes out, it'll be going into Father's Day weekend. So also
I got 2 fathers of color on my list. Well, maybe 3 fathers of color. One doesn't count because he's a cartoon.
let's read Nightmares for a minute. You know he couldn't be here. He sent us his list. And I want to flame up his list because his list is wild. You got it?
Nah. Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. Oh, we got 10 minutes left. Number 1 on Nightmares list is Frank Mitchell, Moesha's dad, for raising a toxic daughter.
Wildin'. That's not his fault. Her mom died.
Exactly.
Like, what's wrong with
the
you?
daughter is toxic. The dad is not bad. The daughter is bad.
Yeah.
All right. And then he got Carl Winslow for his mistreatment of Steve Urkel.
The neighbor?
Yeah.
That ain't his kid. And he embraced him.
Yep. They were best friends towards the end of the show.
Exactly.
They were inseparable.
Steve's parents were neglectful as hell.
He got Frank Lambert from Step by Step for marrying the woman he just met on vacation.
I don't remember that, but that's horrible.
I ain't watched that white ass show. I'm not that old and I wasn't watching that show. He got Al Bundy for him not caring about anyone.
Well, yeah.
And then he got Lou, Will Smith's dad from The Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I mean that kind of goes without saying. Like
I could see his last 2, Al Bundy and Lou, but Frank wasn't bad
at all.
Shit. Carl wasn't bad. He put 2 Franks on this list, and he didn't put Frank Gallagher.
Which one's Frank Gallagher?
From Shameless.
I didn't watch it, but I know he was a bad dad. My girl watches it.
I'm like, but that's his list.
Trash. Trash.
It looked like he picked those names out of a hat.
All right, you want to go next or you want me to go?
Nah, you can go.
All right, so my list, here we go. I'm going to start off with Goku.
I got him on my list.
Because even though he was saving the world, he was leaving them kids.
He'd rather die and then do some fatherly shit. He's like, nah, I'm gonna see you on King Kai's planet.
Yes. Then I got Stan Smith from American Dad.
Yeah.
So he just was just offensive and just wrong.
He ain't no fuck about them kids.
Yeah, at all. Then Peter Griffin
from
Family Guy, because the way he treats Meg is just wrong.
Everybody treats Meg that way though.
Yeah, but he be adding to it, and it's like you're supposed to be that, that daddy's little girl. That's your only daughter, and he's also a bad father to the rest of them because you never know what Stewie is.
Yep.
Homer Simpson.
Pretty
obviously, you don't strangle your son.
Yeah, every episode.
Exactly, and then last on my list is Timmy Turner's dad. Because you keep leaving your son with this abusive babysitter and you act like you don't know what's going on.
Why is my son acting this way? Because that nigga be getting fucked up at school and by the babysitter.
So he got to make up some fairies to protect him.
Where do they be going every fucking weekend though? Exactly. Every weekend they got some shit to be doing.
And they not poor. They got money.
Yeah. They be going to Doug Dimmadome to see the Dimmadomers do the Dimmadoming. Dimmadam.
So that's my list.
All right. That's not a bad list. Goku definitely belong on the list. Again, for my list, I have an honorable mention that I have to throw in there.
Oh no.
My honorable mention is Dora the Explorer's father, because where the fuck that nigga be? she be all over the map. Backpack. She backpack across the country every day. We don't see her parents, but I'm blaming it on the dad. The dad needs to know where she at. He need to get one of them Apple AirTag shits and put it on boots.
Put it in the backpack.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let my daughter roam the country with the monkey and a map. The map only has 3 locations: a tree, a bridge, and a castle at the end. Like, what the fuck?
Got a fox chasing her.
Yeah, with somebody trying to steal from the child. All right, but that's my honorable mention. Number 5 on my list is Will Smith's dad, because that nigga was just supreme asshole.
Man had one episode and we never forgot him.
One episode and we all hate this man. We all hate him. He only showed up once, and every black person across the country we united around hating Will Smith. Nobody ever
come to nobody barbecue. I haven't even seen the actor in anything else.
No, after that, they was like, yo, you was too good at being a bad dad. You're done. Number 4 on my list is Frank Gallagher, because that nigga was crazy, and his kids would have been better off if he just died.
Yeah.
And it's never a case where you're like, the kids would be better off without a dad. But this time, they would have been better off without a fucking dad, without any type of parents. They just need a Fiona. Number 3 on my list is Goku, because like we explained, that nigga was just petty. All he wanted to do was fight, and he couldn't fight his kids, so that nigga just left them alone. Piccolo is the dad of the year every year because he raised all 5 of Goku's kids. Number 2 on my list is Al Bundy, because that nigga used to be violating both of his kids, his wife, the dog, his car. That nigga was reckless. Overall, and number 1 on my list is my most controversial one, because it's really a good dad, but I feel like he's an enabler. And my daughter loves the show Bluey.
Oh,
the dad from Bluey never tells his kids no. He never says no. I don't have time to play. No, I have a headache. No, he never says no, and he enables them kids to feel like they are above all rapport, and they get to play as much as they freaking want, and it bothers me. I love the show, but he need to just say no one time. One time he just be like, "No, kids." That was not an Australian accent, by the way. That was horrible.
Oh, is that what they are? I don't know where they were from.
Yeah, they're from Australia.
That's hilarious. No, yeah. That's very important as parents, especially dads, to be like, no. And with some, because mom's voices don't have bass all the time. So the kids be acting like they don't hear mom until you hit them with the, what did your mother just say? Then everything shift up.
Yep. As soon as my kids ask me for something, I'm nope. Ask your mom. I never tell my kids yes. I'm never going to tell them yes. No, ask your mama. If you want to hear a yes, ask your mama.
I have a whole shirt that says ask your mama.
Shit. See, look, my daughter was about to ask me something right now, and I'll ask your mama. Shoot. What's for breakfast? Ask your mama.
That's a fact.
I don't know. Shit. What you making for breakfast?
It could be simple stuff. What's today? Ask your mama. I don't even
ask your mama. What time is it? You looking at your watch? Ask your mama. Shit. This world ain't gonna give you shit for free.
Unified front behind your mama. Not doing it. All right. Once again,
whatever your mama say.
So I guess we could wrap there. Once again, I am Kenny Black, 2 C's, no K.
I'm Codeine.
Is Codeine. Nightmare couldn't make it. Happy Father's
Nightmare
to all the dads listening. Your dad and any father-like figures, uncles, godfathers, grandfathers,
single moms,
teachers. Nah, let the moms have Mother's Day.
No, I support single moms on Father's Day.
No,
I support single moms on Father's Day.
They just get 2 things on Mother's Day. This today is for the dads, and for the dads who ain't doing it to feel bad. That's on them.
Yeah.
Moms have their day.
if you a dad and you ain't been there for your kid, fuck you.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's and keep trying. Those dads that are trying to see their kids, but the moms is hating, keep trying, because at the end of the day, the kid get old enough, they'll know,
Yep.
learn.
They'll see the effort.
Yes, sir. So till next time,
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment,
all that good
mention us,
stuff.
all that. Hashtag yo shit talking daddies, all that. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. What else you got?
These ain't dad jokes out now.
Yep. Where is it? Where can we find it?
YouTube, all streaming platforms.
Okay. Go check that out.
Yeah.